Is Bellingham just another player, or is he the one that's going to become the player, the franchise player?
I've got a question, but if you're Bellingham now and you come to this summer and you've got two choices like Liverpool and Madrid, who do you go with?
Either choice, I think he's going to smash it. The only concern for Bellingham would be if he goes to Madrid, he doesn't recoup the same form, or he doesn't have the same form, lives up to the hype, because he's replacing Modric and Kroos. Yeah, he's in there to work with Camavinga and Tchouaméni and become that midfield three.
And Valverde as well.
Because he's not in England, does that push him out of the England squad if he doesn't perform well over there? If he's a rotation player for Real Madrid, and he's being pushed out the team by players that are better than him week in, week out. Because at Liverpool, even if he's playing badly, he's going to be played. Do you know what I mean? Because they need him. They're desperate for him. But where you look at that Real Madrid midfield and the money that Real Madrid have disposable, is Bellingham just another player, or is he the one that's going to become the player, the franchise player of Liverpool? I think he becomes a franchise player at Liverpool. I think he becomes one of many at Real Madrid.
That's always the case with Real Madrid, though. Their midfield players, besides Zidane and Figo, have always just been another player. Kroos and Modric have been unbelievable, but they were never, even Casemiro, to be fair, they were never, and Xabi Alonso, I can go, the list goes on. They were always in the shadow of Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, to an extent. And it's always going to be the attackers at Real Madrid that will get the hype over the midfielders. Yeah, unless it's someone special. And we consider Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, he's got a Ballon d'Or.
I think if that Croatia performance doesn't happen and they get knocked out in the first round, I don't think that Ballon d'Or exists. I really, like you mentioned, Hamz, like, one of many, and then you mentioned these players that are phenomenal players. Like when Casemiro has come to Man United, and everyone's like, I haven't really seen much of Casemiro. Yes, he's won his trophies, and he literally pops into your team and he's the next best thing. Toni Kroos for Germany in that last World Cup, the one in Russia, despite the early exit again, amazing free kick, was one of the best players in that German national side. You can look at these things, like even Valverde is such a good player, and he can play on the right, he can play in the midfield. I just think Bellingham needs to be a standout player. With the way his career path is going, he can't afford just to be like, I'm just going to go and win trophies and go and just live my life out in Spain, find a nice chica and just live it out. I think he needs to be in the sticks. I think he needs to be in the trenches of Liverpool, trying to grind that team and trying to help that team get a Premier League. He can go to Madrid at the end of his career, or like later in his career. He can go.
Are you saying we should have one more move then Real Madrid? Like you should have the Premier League move then.
I think Liverpool will solidify himself as one of the greatest midfielders of that team and of the Premier League, one of the greatest midfielders in the world. And then you go, right, thank you very much, Liverpool. I've won my, let's say they win a Champions League and 2 Premier Leagues over 7 seasons. He's 29. Okay, I'll go to Real Madrid and I'll go, Mbappe's probably there living it up, and I'll go and work with some of the best players in the world. You have that Man United to Real Madrid Ronaldo move as such, where yes, Ronaldo solidified himself as one of the greatest players of his generation, and then continued to push himself to a higher standard.